Hello everyone, I'm here with a Kenmore. It's a 158 series. This is the one that has the cams. This thing doesn't want to stay down. I have tried to adjust it, but it doesn't want to stay down. It's kind of crooked. So, but it works well enough. This lady wanted to know if she can get the cams to work. I have them pretty much working. The way I set it up is I put the cam in right here, and this is a lever to push down to help set it. It has to set. There's a little thing in here. I don't know if you guys will see it. It has a little thing in here that sets up, that rolls on this top beam here. And then the ones with the single beam, you have to push it down. Make sure you push this lever. So that little thingy, I don't know what you're going to call it, the little like lever here, that is going to run that across there, and it's going to follow the design. Okay. And now this, I'm still trying to figure out how to fix the door. You know you have to set it on cam. I put it on number, what, 2? I'm going to move it. No, I can't move it. Your needle is down. Always make sure it's in the highest position. So bring it to the highest position before you move any of these knobs. Let's move it to a 3 and see if it changes it just a little bit. And I have it set right here on the red dot, and I moved it over to here because that's what it said to do in the book. She gave me a book, so I read the book and figured out how to do it. It's already making really cool designs. She said she wanted me to do a video on this, and I'm going to talk more about the machine, but this is a Kenmore. It's a really nice Kenmore. Let's see how it does now since I changed this coloration and how big it is. See if it's any better or anything. It's like, I think it's like a tulip. It's trying to sew a tulip, and that's what I'm doing, is sewing the tulip. I told her she could take a class and I could show her how to do this, or she could just read her book and learn it on her own. But it's up to her. I sat and read the book, and that's how I learned. Now let's see if it changed it any. Okay, let's see. How much have it gotten bigger? Oh yeah, it made it bigger. See, I was doing the smaller version, and now I made a bigger version. It's just be a tulip, and this is supposed to be like one of those little S curvy things. So that's what this is doing right now. And I have it pushed down really hard because I have this in 4 layers because I'm trying to get it to really show up. And but the cams are up here, and see, sometimes if you can't get them out, you have to push this lever, and it releases. Push the little lever and it releases it, and you should pull it straight up. It's hard to do when you have one hand. So let me see if I can. Nope, I have to push the lever because right now it's holding it in and it won't let me take it out. But anyway, let me see if I can stand up and do this. I know, here I am trying to stand up and do this. But see, you push on that lever and the lever's moved out of the way. But it takes another hand to pull it up because the problem is it's holding it in. So let me put you on pause and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I pulled it out. So that's what this design is. It shows you right here. Okay. Now, this is your basic zigzag one. And I didn't really read about that one too much. And all her cams are in here. So she's got a lot of cams. Let's put this one back. And let's see. I want to try this fishy one. See, it's supposed to be a fishy one. And you got to look for this lever thing here. And you got to make sure this thing is sitting as close as you can to be. And you got to push this lever down to push this back. And if I can get it in there. Wait a minute. Am I not aiming it? I got to make sure this is on top of that little, there it is. You can see there's a little thing there, okay? And you can push it down, but it won't go until you push the lever. So you need to push the lever, push it down. Now it's going to be attaching. So it should be in there, but I'm going to make sure and push it again. Yep, it's in there. Okay, now hopefully it's in there. Yeah, make sure. I got to double check. Let's see if we can get this thing to do it. All right, so we're going to take this back out. I'm going to move this up like that. Take it back out, move this way. I'm going to try it. Hopefully I did it right. Anyway, let's see. Okay, let's see if it's going to do the fish. Now, I don't know. Oops, sounds like it popped again. Let's see if we didn't pop it in. Yeah, it's not in. So we have, if you hear it pop in, that means it's not in all the way. There it goes. Now we got it in. Now I bet you money to work. Oh yeah, now it's working. Because you have to make sure it's popped in. I don't know what it's doing. No, it's not moving anywhere. Oh, what do I got to do here? See, something a little different about this one. And then this thread does not help. think that thread is in the way. Where's my scissors? Okay, let's see if we can get this out of the way. The thread is holding it there. We don't want that to be held. All right, so that should take care of it. Let's see if that works. I don't know. No, it's not working. Okay. So that means this thing needs to be changed, maybe. I don't know. We'll give it a try. And then make this one longer. Let's see if that helps it. Oh yeah, that's what it was. You have to, I know this one you had to adjust differently. Making it a really big fish. Yeah, it's a trial error thing. I don't own one of these machines. I only help people with them, so it's me learning how to do it. Let's see, we make one full fish here again. Okay, there we go. Now let's see, I can show you the problem error. See the problem error? I had it on stationary, so you need it on stationary when you do these, but when you do the fish one, it has to spread out. So I ended up adjusting it, and I did it by touching this right here, move it into zigzag mode, and then I moved this one a little bit up further to get it spread out. So there's the fish. So I knew it's something like that because I read it in a book on this one's a little different than these two. So I'm pretty happy. I hope she's going to be pretty happy. Anyway, let's keep on going here. I am going to take this back out. If I can do it with one hand, we'll see if we can. Probably not able to take it out in one hand. Nope. Let's see here. I'm going to put you back on pause. Be right back. Okay, now I got done putting that back in. I know I didn't show you guys, but it's really hard without, having the secondary hand. And, let's see, we're going to get rid of this. Well, first of all, we're going to put the needle on the highest position. Like this. And we're going to go back the way it was. I'm going to snip this. Whoa. Or my, I'm having problems today. And then I'm going to leave this in there with her so she could see that the cams do work. She was saying, the cams don't work, the cams don't work. All right, when you thread this one, you want to come up here to the top, and you want that thread to come from the back. Because some of these old spools have little slices in them, and if it ends up catching onto that, especially on the bottom, it'll fling your thread. And that's why I always say start from the back. Go this way, you put it through this little curly Q. Back to this curly Q. Whoopsie daisy, what's going on here? Well, just a piece of thread got in the way. Well, we fixed that. Okay, and then we go through this little hole here, then down through here. Trying to see it. It's hard to see the thread. And I even have it on. Oh, I don't have. Oh, man. Okay, just a second. Ah, that's better. And you put the thread down through here into the tension. Make sure your foot is in the highest position. It opens these chambers. See how loose that is? So that it'll go inside those two little symbols. There's like two little symbols right there. And you want to put it through there. You bring it down this way, up. All the way up so it catches on this little teeny pull. It's a little pull that helps guide that thread to go through. And then you want to go through, going up here to the uptake. This is uptake. This is what pulls it through the tension and gives you that tension. And then you go through this little hole here, down into this little hook, I know I still got to do a little bit more cleaning, but we're almost done with it. And then in the little hook here and then into the needle, okay? I had to put a new needle on it because I found out she had a needle with a horrible spur. I don't know if I could show that to you or not. I couldn't figure out why it was punching through. I don't know if you can see the needle with the spur on it. It's hard to see it, but it's on there. And when I touched it, it was like, yeah, I could feel it. But anyway, this one's a much sharper one. And you need to do sharp needle when you're going to do like these in cam embroideries, okay? Now, right now it's set up for a zigzag, and we're going to use a denim. And I'm going to inside out the denim here. Give me a second here. Get rid of the thread that's on it, because if there's thread on it, it ain't going to work out really well. Okay. So, because insiding out the denim, you can see the thread. So that's what we're going to do. Let's see here. Now I'm going to leave it. No, I can't leave it on cam. We got to move this sucker. Oops, not that one. We're going to move this back to S. See, move back to S, not on cam, because I was on cam. So we're going on S, and then we have it on number 10 up here. Okay. This is the reverse. We have it switched over here. So we're going to go ahead and switch this back to red. Okay. You can make a straight stitch if you set here on red, and then you have this on S. Okay. Meaning selective. You know, you can do different little selections here. If you want to do this green, you have to move it back this way over here. This little lever goes here. If you want to do only the white stuff, okay, you want to move it to here, okay? Now, sometimes if you're using the white cam, you don't have to move it to white. You can move it to red. So there's different little cams that work on the red. So you got to read the book and know. Okay, now let's see what's this going to do. I don't know. We'll find out. Here's our big zigzag. Nice big zigzag. And when we want to reverse, we come over here and we push this down. And it will reverse. And then you have to push it. See, it's slowly moving back up and it goes back up. The spring in it is not been sprung, and the spring is a little slow to reactive. But I told her, give it time, it'll automatically go up on its own. So it's starting to do it. It just takes time, and I didn't want to hold the machine that length of time. Let's make sure it's in the back. Yep, sewing great in the back. So I want to make sure that the thread is going through and the tension doesn't need to be reset. So far, the tension seems to be holding up on its own. All right, I got stuck there for a second. Now, everybody always says to me, well, what's that cam supposed to do? And I said, well, I don't know. Let's give that a try. I think I have it set on white. Yep, it's on white. See the white? Okay, so we need to move this to the white. The needle's in the highest position, so move to white. And let's see, we can do white. Let's see, let's do, I think we can do this one right here. I think that's it, yeah. And then that one should give us that stitch and a zigzag mix. So let's see if that works. Yep, it's working. So now she said the machine wasn't even moving at all. It was like running really slow and sluggish. So we got rid of most of the dust and crap that's in it. So now it's all gone. I mean crud. I mean really bad crud. It was a lot of dust and stuff in it. See, that's looking pretty good. Let's make sure the back's doing good. Oh, that's doing good. All right, so that's what that cam is doing, okay? It's helping you. If you didn't have that cam in there, it'd only do straight stitch. So that cam helps you. Okay, now let's see what else we want to do. We got another white one here. We can, not that one, we move this one. And this is one for length. See right here? Length, pattern, and the zigzag mode. Okay, so let's see if we can, yep, we're going to try to do the darning stitch here. I'm going to do darning. We're doing darning all right. I mean, a lot of people wanted me to do a video on different things. So, you know, since this lady wants me to do a bunch of stuff, there you are. Seen that pretty thing? That's gorgeous. I mean, she could do crazy quilting on this machine. I'm going to get it turned here around. There we go. I always stop it mid-air because it makes it easier to turn. A lot of people say, well, you got to hold it down to turn. You don't have to turn that. Okay, now it says it has it in green. Okay. That means I have to switch the cam to be green. So let's do that, okay? Let's see if we can do it. We can pull this guy out, switch this around. See, switch this around to a green. We're going to try this. I've never done this before. I never had to do it in the green. Oh, God, I have to stand up again. I'm sorry. I have to move close to get up. And let's see. We need to move this down. And need to pull this back so this goes down. There you go. Now it's on green. Set on green. See, it's set on green. And I had to pull this back so that thing is holding it. Now let's see what it'll do. All right, so now we're up here. We're going to try to do this little stitch here. So I'm set on green. So let's see if it does it. Oh yeah, it's doing it. So that cam is working. And it's doing these stitches. She asked me that she didn't think the cam thing area didn't work. And I said, it works. It was just dirty. It needed to be clean. All right, let's see how that worked out. Yep, that did it. It did a good job. And there's another green one here. So we're going to turn it back to make sure that needle's in the highest position because this thing moves. And we're going to do this one. Yep, this thing is doing good. There is the other stitching right there. Okay, so this machine is working perfectly. It's just like a brand spanking new machine. A lot of people always to me, whenever they get their machine back, they said they haven't had a machine work that good in years. So I said, well, I try my best. That's what I can do. Let's see what else we could do. There's red. So we could do the red. Okay. That cam is set on green. Oh, I think we can still do the red. So move this back to red and do that. It should still zigzag. Yep, still zigzag. Now, if you want to do a finer one, you would have to change this dial. So make sure the needle's in the highest position. Move this dial to a smaller marking and move this to a smaller, and that will give you that look like buttonhole effect. No, that's the smaller version. Okay, the buttonhole affected have to do it a little differently. And it does have a buttonholer. Yeah, see, there it is. It kind of gives you that wave. So other than that, she's going to love this machine. And this one is a bottom feed. I'll show you the bottom feed. See how it feeds from the bottom. Okay. The only thing I have to do now, which I'm getting ready to do, is I have to open the top and take out the tire. The tire needs to be removed because it's flattened. When it's completely round and it's flat, that means it needs a new one. Sometimes they crack and break off, but that happens. It gets into all kinds of crap. Good thing we didn't do that. We don't want to do that. And this here, let's see, we turn this off for a second. And then this is your, I don't know if I can get it open. There we go. There you go. And this is how you change your light bulb. It's the push-up kind. You push up. I can't touch it. It's too hot. But it's the push-up one. So that's how that one works. I'll put this back here. Hopefully you don't grab it. There we go. And now the needle's not in the down position. I'm going to leave it like that because this way when she travels with it, it won't break the hub. This is called a hub right here, this area here. If you break that hub, that's the main part of the machine. It's hard to find these to replace them. And I mean, I know people that has replaced them. They just have to find an old Singer sewn machine, same model, and find their hub, and then they can fix it. Or if that same model is nothing really wrong with it, they can just swap things off of this one into that one and still give you that same opportunity. Well, we still have dirt on this. Let me see, where's my, I don't know where I put it at. Boy, oh boy, it's one of those days. I'll use a screwdriver to show you. See right here, there's still a little dirt right there. And that's the last thing I got to do is scrub the outside. I don't do the outside. I'm too busy doing the inside. I'm scrubbing the inside to make it better. So, but other than that, everything looks good on this machine. I can't wait till she gets it back. This is the actual model number, but I always say the 158 series because they made a whole bunch of series of that one. And then this is the rest of the model number. But I always just say series because that's what they are about, you know, and all that. So let's see. First, before we do that, turn it back on because you have to turn it on. I'm going to stand this up and give it a straight stitch effect. So we need to move this back to the red right there. Don't want to go on 0 because then it backs up. We don't want to back up. And we should be there. So then we should go forward. Oh, wait, it's still zigzagging. How is it still zigzagging? Oh, yeah. Because I have it set. No, it should be. Let me think. That's right. No, no. It shouldn't be zigzagging. Let me a second here. Unless that's the backwards. Wait a minute. This is the, maybe that's what it is. Oh, yes. This is S. Okay, this is the length right here. This is the zigzag. That's why I'm so screwed up. Every Kenmore is a little bit different in these knobs. I had one that was the opposite of that. So it was like, it's hard to keep used to it. Now we can go do the straight stitch. And we're going to put this in the center and leave the hub down so she can travel with it. So anyway, have a blessed day, and I hope you got something out of this information about this sewing machine. But it does work on cams. I mean, there's lots of cams right there, and then there's a buttonholer right there. And she is set to go. She can take her machine home as soon as I give it a good cleaning. I got to clean it with a disinfectant next. That's what I do next, and that will clean the rest of the machine, and she can come pick her machine up. Isn't that nice? So she's going to have her awesome machine. Well, have a blessed day, and I'll have another Kenmore coming up here. I got to do it next and try to get everything done. I'm trying to get done, clean up the house and everything. Holidays around the corner. It's time to clean the house. Anyway, have a blessed day. Bye-bye.